Yo, what's good? World Domination 5 Day 2. Quake Matthews, Lex Luthor. First round, thought was really close. I couldn't really call it. I could see people giving it either way. They've both got very different styles. I thought they complemented each other well. So for the first round I couldn't call it. Second round I thought Lex took it just off of the James Bond bar. He had my pen got me out the trap, I'm like James Bond. That's a hard bar. I think it didn't really get the reaction straight away, and it still could have got a lot more of a reaction when it was happening live. There was a lot of talk about that bar after it, but it should have got a lot bigger reaction, I felt. And then Quake choked in the third. When I first watched it, I'll give it Lex 3-0, but when I watched it back again, I thought Quake did alright, to be honest. It was a lot closer the second time I watched it back. So I'm going to give it 2-1 to Lex. I just think it would be a bit harsh to give it 3-0, but I can understand some people's views of a 3-0, but for me it was a lot closer than that. Deafening versus Thesaurus. I had Thesaurus taking this before the battle, but I actually ended up giving it 2-1 to Definition. I felt he started off with some banter in the first round. It was like simple but effective, just using like British terms and sort of how we speak. It kind of created an image that he was hard, but like clowning himself as well, which was funny. It's been used before, but I thought it was effective, and because he done it like properly, and just the way he sort of presented it, I thought was come across really well. Obviously it depends on the battlers' characters if they can pull it off or not, but I felt he did really good with it. I thought he got a great crowd reaction throughout his first. As far as the fourth, as Thesaurus' round, I'm not disputing what he's done in game of like the battle rap culture, and what he's achieved, but for me sometimes I feel like his character is a bit corny and cringeworthy. Just like how he sort of strings his lines and stuff together. Just for me, it's just like a preference thing. I'm not saying he's shit at all, he's not, but just how he presents it. So first round I give it to Definition. For second, Def had a nice bar about Thesaurus and Ilmac. I didn't write the bar down, but definitely check it out. You'll know what I mean. He also mocked Slow It Down and just clowning overall, but again, the way he did it come across really well, and the crowd was fucking with it. Couple nice bars about rings, as in the what was the WRC ring, sorry. And obviously about his wife and like how he's been married numerous times and shit. Thesaurus I thought had mixed multis with punches, and I felt like because of how he sort of, I just thought there was more depth in the second round for Thesaurus, so I'll give it to him. Third round I thought Def started off with he was doing like an old gentleman, like English gentleman sort of, the way he was speaking, and I thought it was quite clever and funny how he delivered it. He had a nice constant flow throughout the round. He ended the round with a funny bar, but also sort of finished it off strongly. Thesaurus had some alright content regarding Definition's situation of losing his job through battle rap, but for me, the way he delivered it, I thought it could have been a lot better. so I wasn't that impressed with it. So I give the third to Def, so 2-1 overall to Definition. Real Deal versus Head Ice. Beforehand I had Real Deal 2-1, and I ended up giving it 2-1 to Real Deal. I thought Real started off nice. He was doing Ice impressions. He was up in his face. He did a nice scheme regarding Sirius Jones. Throughout the round he just schemed, but it was hard. So Ice started off joking and clowning with his natural style of just swagger, and he always gets reactions from it. He had a funny bar: shells big as cows' nipples give him Down syndrome. It was funny, but hard as well with the Down syndrome bit. And I felt he finished his round strongly as well. I'm gonna come back in a minute and sort of judge who I thought took the first. Round 2, I thought Real took the piss out of Ice's age and the fact that he's still battling, which has been done before. Caustic did it, but just the way he came across and delivered it, and the way he his angle on it was really well done, I thought. I think there was a nice midwife punchline. Again, I didn't write it down, but check it out. And then he also mocked Ice's voice, and just his sort of character of how he delivers the bars. Again, he was just scheming as well. Talked about doing shit with Ice's girl, and had a fire punchline about Jay Cutler and Hunter S. Thompson to finish the round off, which was a hard bar as well. Ice had some braggadocious shit. Had a bar about Real's sister. He said, "Your sister let me sock her like my bottom dresser drawer." That was hard. And then he had a nice prop at the end, near the end of the round. He actually pulled out Real Deal's album and frisbeed it across the room, which people said it actually covered the whole distance of the room. He definitely delivered that well. Round 3, Real Deal started off with some rebuttals, saying that he would fuck. He said, no, he rebutted what I said about his sister, saying, "You said you would fuck my sister. She's dead. You're next." That was hard. He had a nice bar about how Ice embraces being racially profiled, because Ice is always on about guns and shit like that. That was definitely a nice little angle. He said, "Your career's going nowhere like AIDS research." That was hard. He then called his time on himself, so his round kind of fell short. So I think by default, Ice would have to take the second round. As for Ice, the third round, sorry, because I guess it's kind of a choke in a way, even though it wasn't blatant. I felt like Ice had a pretty nice ending about, he had something like speaking to Real through a Ouija board, which was hard, just the way he delivered it. I didn't feel Ice really said a lot in the third, but the fact that Real Deal kind of choked, you'd have to give it to him by default. So I think I'd give round 1 and 2 to Real Deal and the third to Ice, so 2-1 Real Deal. Disaster versus Sketch Menace. Now, if you know me, I can't stand her, so when this all fucking happened, with not showing up, I was just feeling smug as fuck, because for years and years I haven't fucked with her, and no one's really cotton on to how much of a dickhead he is. I had it 3-0 Disaster. From what he was wearing to the accent, and what he was saying was on point. And I'm going to be real, deserves everything he gets. I've always called him a cunt, so since this happened I'm feeling smug, as I said, and I called this shit happening time ago. Like, now everyone's dick riding and jumping on a bandwagon because they think it's a cool thing to do, but I've been saying it for years. Personally, a few years back, I tried to get a tryout for DontFlop. I contacted her via Facebook and Twitter, never heard nothing. And I even went through the route of asking Bamalam, because I knew he was running in the team with him. Bamalam didn't contact back either, but he's just another fucking one of hers bitches. Like, he looks like a fucking hammerhead shark, man. Like, the thing that makes me laugh is, right before every battle, will do like an intro saying, get at me on Twitter, Facebook, and shit like that. Then when you do, if you're not in his little circle of people he can manipulate, you're fucked. Like, you won't get a response. So he just contradicts his shit, what he says, before every battle, because when people do try and get in contact with him, he doesn't want to know. So fuck her. Dickhead. Plus, the whole situation with Disaster when he spat in his face, like, it just says what sort of person her is, because he didn't even react to it. Like, it shows, like, he chats all this shit, and he comes across like he's fucking what's his name? Fucking, yeah, Michael Corleone from a fucking Godfather. He comes across like he's some big man, and, like, if it wasn't for the team he's got round him, like Bagnall and Kruger, he wouldn't fucking be, DontFlop wouldn't be at the level it's at now. He's just abusing what he's got, and, like, the people around him won't say nothing because they're just too nice of people and don't want to fuck up their own situation that they've got going for them, probably financially as well. Plus, he's got this little side bitch, Callum Martin, who I've had problems with for years. Tried to threaten me. Don't even go there. But if you know about that shit, you know, because it's been out there. As I said, if it weren't for people like Kruger and Bagnall, it wouldn't be where it is. So, that's it for that one. Sketch Menace, though, like, I think you should retire, man. Like, or just, even if you're involved behind the scenes, but stop battling. You just... and finally, Daylight Iron Solomon. Had 2-1 Daylight. Before the battle, Day came in wearing a coat full of mirrors and a hat as well. And to be honest, this was the battle I was most looking forward to seeing of the whole World Domination event, even over the title match, because, like, the whole shit with Iron and the Mook battle was so disappointing. I grew up and Iron was one of the first battles or battlers I'd seen that sort of piqued my interest into the battling scene. So I was kind of sceptical about this because I really wanted him to do well. Going into the first, Iron went first. He came out strong, talking about the Mook battle, and him having to man up himself and coming back like the old Iron. He also freestyled a bar about Day's mirrors on his coat and said he's battling his own legacy. This shit's a mirror match, which was hard. And then he followed it up by, the only reason you're being held up this high is because you're a reflection of myself. I see myself in your style. That was hard. He was just punching all over the place. He had polished delivery, and he had another hard bar for Day regarding Daylights, because he's from Watts and like Grape Street. He said won't eat his veggies, so he gets his energy mainly off grapes. Like, that got a good reaction as well. Like, people weren't too sure whether to react to it. Like, I think they were a bit worried about what Day was going to do, but even Day, like, I think he acknowledged it. Day had a bar about his title match. against Pat's Day, saying I showed up as a slave in wrinkled clothes, and 9 months later I got iron. Like, that was hard. He just started spazzing like it was the old Day. He was getting up in Iron's face, and he had a hard bar of get one arm and then Iron in the sky on Magneto. Like, that was crazy. You'll believe I'm anemic. I need to body Iron. Iron. He just had like Iron wordplay through like the rest of the round, like, and he just killed it. Like, spazzed the whole round. Second round, Iron took an angle on Day's sexuality, and he was taking shots at Dot Mob. He said Iron punching again. Oh, sorry. I just got Iron was punching again. Like, he was braggadocious. He said you've got a face that says, "Mama, this ain't what Mama planned." You could write till 2020, still couldn't see me in hindsight. He also targeted Day's girl, which was really good, I thought, because she was literally stood behind Daylight, so it was quite personal and sort of in close proximity. And then he said, now she on her knees 5 times a day, that's salam alaikum. Like, that got a huge reaction, which was good. And then Day just barred away again, back in his face. He had a bar saying, too much daylight in your face, white boys, sunblocking won't protect you. I thought that was really good. And then he had a Bill Cosby bar saying something about the whole shit that went on with him, like spiking the drinks. Third round, Iron had a bar saying, who dick he's sucking, he got to be swallowing because he ain't spitting nothing. Like, that was hard. There's 2 U's. You get a dub when you're doing your job, but when he knows he won't win, then he loses his draws. That was a hard bar. He had a grapevine bar, again to do with the whole Grape Street shit. I'm catching you on your way down, I'm goaltending. They pay 10 grand for Day's crew. They pay 24 hours for mine. Like, that was hard. Again, Day just came back barring straight away again, talking about his upbringing and the culture he sort of come up in, and like the area he's from in Watts. He said you was clearly asked out from the get-go, but you knew this. Like, you knew this. He had a nice bar about who let your dogs out. That got a really good reaction. And he put, before I go, Solomon, I got one question for you. What are those? Like, you see like the Vine clips on WorldStar. Like, that was funny. That was like the best way to end the battle, I thought. Really good battle. Definitely lived up to all the hype. I felt Iron definitely redeemed himself. Performance-wise, both of them killed it. I'm so happy that Iron delivered after the Mook battle, because once I'd watched the Mook battle, I thought Iron's time was up. But I'm so glad I was wrong. I thought he did himself proud with his performance. As for Daylight, he said he wasn't going to do antics no more. He said for a few months now he wasn't, like, he was done with antics, but because it's Day, you never really know what to expect. But he killed it. Like, this is the old Daylight I got in this battle. This is my second all-time favourite performance from him. I have the Reed Dollars as my first, but shout out to Daylight, man. Having said all this though, I had a problem with the time limits. Iron did, like, he had at least double the duration of the rounds that Day had. I don't think they knew about it before the battle, like, discussed it, so I thought Daylight dealt with it really well, because I don't think he knew Iron was going to go as long as he did. I feel like Day really dealt with it well though, because I felt if it was someone else, he would have said something, but out of respect for Iron and what he's done for the culture, and like being a figurehead for battle rap and help build the scene, I felt like he he even, because he had organic through the Irons rounds, asking if it was alright for him to keep going, and Day was really cool about it. But as I said, if it was someone else, I feel like Day would have had a problem with it. But I just felt like it needed to be an even ground, and the fact that he had like double the amount of time each round I didn't think was fair. But saying all that, I feel like Daylight won anyway, so that says a lot. But shout out to Iron Solomon, man. I really want to see him again now. Like after the Mook, I was like, I didn't think there was a way back for him, but he proper brang it. It's just a shame about the time limits. I can see people giving it either way. It was very close. I just preferred what Day did a bit more. That's it, guys. Watch out for the Summer Madness. I'll be dropping that next. I'm not shouting out Smack, he's a dickhead. He should have not took this long to drop the fucking card. Like, it's going to sell out regardless, but you're ruining your own brand. But I'll get to that on the next video.